Hello guys, it's me again, KillSwitch. So today, before I change class, I'm going to show you guys my player versus environment and player versus player builds for the Monk class here in Season 29. Let's start with the open world farming. For the skills, Fist of Thunder, Shield of Zen, Cyclone Strike, Exploding Palm, and Mystic Strike. For the Paragon tree, I am using Vanquisher, Grid, Treasure Find, Gold Find, Boundless Strides, Delaying the Inevitable, and Roaring Strike for the legendary skill. For the set, 4 pieces Gloom Guide's Price and 4 pieces Vitus Urges. It's better if you combo 4 pieces Gloom Guide's Price with 4 pieces Isatar or 4 pieces Windloaf. For the legendary gears, Crippling Insight, Balance in Moderation, Feline Defiance, Branding Band, Calefaction, Obstruction of Omniscience, Unyielding Doctrine, and Eye of the Storm. Basic rotation for this one, just use your Shield of Zen to buff you and Second Strike, and then move with Exploding Palm and Mystic Strike. And of course, normal attack to finish off the enemy's pass. For dungeons, skills, Fist of Thunder, Exploding Palm, Flying Dragon, Imprison Fist, and Mystic Allies. For the Paragon tree, still Vanquisher but this time using Rat and Exorcism instead of Boundless Strides and Delaying the Inevitable. For the set, 4 pieces Gloom Guide's Price and 4 pieces Vitus Urges. For the legendary gears, Blind Focus, Nest of Vipers, Rip Current Shells, Empty Cups, Unyielding Doctrine, Obstruction of Omniscience, Order Without Sin, and 1000 Cut. For the basic rotation of this one, just use Exploding Palm for mobility and Flying Dragon and Prison Fist, and of course, your summons to finish off enemies. So Flying Dragon and Prison Fist here is a buff. For raids or Gauntlet, for the skills, Fist of Thunder, Inner Sanctuary, Flying Dragon, Imprison Fist, and Mystic Allies. For the Paragon tree, using the Slinger, Unseen Dynamism, Uncanny, Gifted, Bloodthirst, Deadly Intent, and legendary skill, Lightning Rod. For the green set, use 4 pieces Vitus Urges and combo it with either 4 pieces Banquet of Ice or 4 pieces Grace of the Flagellant. For the gears, Empathy's Blessing, Nest of Vipers, Rip Current Shells, Empty Cups, Unyielding Doctrine, 1000 Cut, Order Without Sin, and Vedenin's Sting. Basic rotation, of course, use your Inner Sanctuary first, and then Flying Dragon, Imprison Fist, and then Summon. And your DPS will be at least 4 million per second. So depending on your legendary gems. For me, I am mostly using PvP gems. That's why it's not that high. But still, good enough. Next will be Defense of Cyrangar. I am also using this in Trial of Hordes. For the skills, Fist of Thunder, Inner Sanctuary, Flying Dragon, Imprison Fist, and Breath of Heaven. For the Paragon tree, still using Slinger, but this time using legendary skill, Roaring Strike. For the set, again, still the same, 4 pieces Vitus Urges, plus add it with 4 pieces Banquet of Ice or 4 pieces Grace of the Flagellant. If only I have Grace, I will use that than Banquet of Ice. For the legendary gears, the same with the raid build, just change your helm into Bell of Sorrow. For Challenge Rift, I am only using this versus the mobs. Once I reach the boss, I am changing into my raid build. For the skills, Deadly Reach, Exploding Palm, Flying Dragon, Imprison Fist, and Mystic Allies. For the Paragon tree, still the same, Slinger, but this time going back to Lightning Rod for the legendary skill. For the set, just use the highest combat rating that you have, so it will be easier. For the legendary gears, Malefic Apparition, Nest of Vipers, Rip Current Shells, Companion's Melody, Divine Master, Obstruction of Omniscience, Rod of Echoes, Vedenine's Sting. For the basic rotation of this one, use your summon first and of course use the Exploding Pump again for mobility and then buff. And stay away from your enemies, do not get close so you will not die, especially on the high levels. This has low DPS but it keeps you alive. For player versus player builds, let's start with the Brawl Flying Dragon. For the skills, Fist of Thunder, Shield of Sen, Mystic Strike, Wave of Light, and Flying Dragon. For the Paragon 3, either use Brawler or Gladiator. For the Brawler, Finishing Touch, Heavy Armor, Rug, Combat Expertise, and Defender of Sanctuary. For the Gladiator 3, use Cheat Death, Grizzled Veteran, To the Victor, Overpower, and Juggernaut. If you are doing Vault, it's better to still use Gladiator, but this time use Hold Formation, Cheat Death, Grizzled Veteran, Quick-Witted, and Uncontrollable. And take note, do not use any legendary skills for player versus player because you will lose a lot of secondary attributes. For the set, always use 4 pieces Gloomguide's Price and combo that either with 4 pieces Mountebank or 4 pieces Vitus Urges, but personally I like Mountebank better. For the gears, Purity's Thought, Noble's Path, Fate Alight, Branding Band, Intervening Law, Harsh Truth, Peal of Thunder, and Reticent Wind. For the basic rotation of this one, use Shield of Sen to jump in the battle, and if you are still far away, use Mystic Strike first and then jump in using Shield of Sen and then use your Wave of Light immediately and then Flying Dragon if you successfully knock back or knock up the enemies, because Flying Dragon will not work if you did not do that first. Next will be my old school crowd control build. So this gave me a lot of wins and high win rate, but because of the hidden nerf, it's less effective. For the skills, Fist of Thunder, Shield of Sen, Flying Kick, Inner Sanctuary, and 7-sided Strike. For the Paragon 3 and green set will be the same as I said here before in the Flying Dragon. For the gears, Bell of Sorrow, Falcon's Dive, Unbound River, Tottering Tower, Intervening Law, Charming Ferocity, Pugilist Presence, and Respite Sigh. Basic rotation, again, Shield of Sen to enter the battle, and then Flying Kick, charging up to the enemies, and then use immediately your bubble, then 7-sided Strike to finish them off. Your goal here is to keep the enemies inside of the bubble. You can do that by using Flying Kick. Alright guys, so that is my player versus environment and player versus player build for season 29. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to comment that down below. Thank you for watching. Until next time.